So in October, LEGO is releasing 2.5 new Star Wars sets for October 2025. One that's good, another that's pretty controversial, and one that you can only get with the third one. First, let's talk about set number 40806, the Gingerbread AT-AT Walker. This is a set that's honestly pretty great. You can get it for kids, you can buy it for your significant other, or you can even just buy it for a small holiday decoration on your desk. It's great all around. The Gingerbread AT-AT is a play-scale walker that's a bit smaller than the previous gray-colored AT-AT, but way more in line with a gingerbread house size, and also a lot of fun. For $60, it's still an expensive LEGO set, but relative to the last August wave, it's way cheaper than the rest. The set comes with this exclusive gingerbread Darth Vader with an awesome cape design that makes it the, I believe, third unique Darth Vader in LEGO's lineup. It's not perfect, it could have used blacked out eyes, arm printing, and dual molded legs, but it is still a really nice exclusive holiday figure to pair with the set. Looking at the build, it's great. It's this nice, posable, and still relatively large and imposing AT-AT you can stand perfectly next to your gingerbread house, which I bet was LEGO's intention to design this similarly in size to an actual gingerbread house. Either way, it has almost 700 pieces put into it, with play features in the cockpit and main compartment, such as an area for Darth Vader to sit and potentially pilot the AT-AT in the front. And in the main cargo area, Vader has a little throne to himself with a cup of joe there and a fireplace. It's a really fun and creative set. I like this coming from LEGO. More relatively affordable and fun sets like these, please. This is great for couples, families, kids, everyone. It's a good set that will probably sell well. The next set though, I'm really curious how this one will perform, because this is the first $1,000 LEGO set in the United States. And well, it's controversial. This is set number 75419, the Death Star, sporting a whopping 9,023 pieces and coming with 38 minifigures. This set is absolutely massive, and there has been so much speculation about it for a long time, and the reception of it after its reveal has been shocking. There are a lot of hot takes levied against this set, from reviewers to buyers. It's been really interesting listening to everyone's takes. Even watching some of the other LEGO channels like 5 Lonely Clones, it's so funny just listening to him and others chuckle while talking about this set. If anything, this set has made the LEGO Star Wars community unite and keep LEGO in their heads longer, which is probably really good for business in the long run. People love LEGO. Anyway, here's what I like about this set and where I do give it some slack. Given its price, the fact that the set comes with 9,023 pieces and 38 minifigures is pretty good and consistent with the current LEGO pricing strategy and lineup, maybe even better. Because given the two $850 LEGO sets released, the Millennium Falcon and the AT-AT, these did not have, proportionally speaking, that kind of price per piece and also that many minifigures. Comparing the new Death Star price per piece to the Millennium Falcon, the new Death Star is just slightly cheaper at 11.08 cents per piece compared to 11.27 cents. Moreover, the Death Star comes with way more minifigures than the Falcon, 38 compared to just a handful. And if the Death Star came out in 2017, the current lineup of minifigures would really give the Millennium Falcon figs a good run for their money. The problem is, well, it's not 2017, so judging by 2025 standards, there are a lot of compromises that some people are shaking their heads over. Mathematically, the Death Star makes sense, but looking at it, I think the biggest issue with the Death Star would be, 1, it did not meet or exceed people's expectations of it, and 2, it doesn't look cool enough. 1, let's talk about folks' expectations. When the rumors started to come out that a $1,000 Death Star was releasing, everyone was so excited about it, thinking that it'd be an update to the old Death Stars released, but with panels that fold so you can have an exterior of the space station as well as an interior. That's what everyone was expecting. And yeah, that would have been cool, having something you can make as the centerpiece of your LEGO room and have it maybe spin on some mechanical contraption. That'd be awesome. But when it was revealed that it was more of a flat star, well, that disappointed fans. On one hand, yeah, LEGO has to do what makes the most business sense, which is why the company went with this flat design, to make it so a majority of their customers can buy the most expensive LEGO set, because, well, it doesn't take too much space. But on the other hand, for $1,000, Many people wanted something like what we've seen before, but crazier. Moreover, those minifigures are just standard figs for the most part. Yes, there are some exclusives, but for the huge marketing gimmick of this set being the first $1,000 set, the most expensive Lego ever, a lot of people expected the most incredible figure lineup to come along with that. And when they got a standard but not great lineup with very little extra pizzazz added, like arm printing or dual molding, folks didn't get what they expected. So that's the first point of contention. The second point is, despite the size, I just don't think this $1,000 Death Star looks cool enough for most people. Taking a look at the Millennium Falcon, and especially the UCS AT-AT, which has a price per piece of $12.53, so a bit more expensive, relatively speaking to the Death Star, many people had no problem with shelling $850 for those sets. And that's because those sets had the coolness factor going along with them. I think the size of the Death Star is cool, but given how it's flat and not a ball like in Universe, well, that's less cool and not as accurate. Inherently, a LEGO Star Wars set should resemble the cool ship and highlight its coolness. Overusing the word cool here, but you get what I mean. And this Death Star does that for the interior, but I don't know about the dollhouse exterior. In a perfect world, I wish LEGO would have gone for a paneled ball, like what we were all hoping for. I really think most people would have been okay with that, even if there was a higher price per piece to accommodate for things like maybe less or no stickers. That would have been a great start for the build. For the figures, I feel as though LEGO could have downscaled the number to maybe 20, but give each figure everything. I'm talking about arm printing, dual molding, literally shock the entire community, with every single figure being exclusive to the set to some degree. Those design changes to the set would have literally made this probably the number one LEGO Star Wars set in most people's eyes. But with what we have here, I don't know. Will more people buy this because it's more space efficient? Only time will tell. I do really like the hot tub trooper inclusion though. But that's what I think about this set. I still think it's pretty cool and will be a nice sight at the LEGO store. However, I don't know if it'll sell well, frankly. And the final set, the half set really, is the gift with purchase for the Death Star, the TIE Fighter, which, man, this thing is tiny. But it's cool, it comes with 3 figures and a hangar for the ship to be parked in, the hangar. But honestly, I think this should have come with the Death Star, and then the gift with purchase should have been a more unique ship, like Vader's TIE, or something with an exclusive figure. But I know, budget constraints with the business and all of that. This TIE probably was supposed to be included in the set, given how there's a bit of a gap in the set for the TIE, but because of how expensive the Death Star already was for LEGO, they decided to put it as a gift with purchase, which makes sense. But a TIE Advance would have been cool too. Nevertheless, that was the October 2025 wave. Which set are you most excited for? Let me know in the comment section down below, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.